Well, hello viewers, this is Kajol Sinha and at present I'm with Arup Kumar who is the Managing Director of SIDBI Venture Capital Limited. Sir, welcome to Business Notice.
Thank you.
We are pleasure to have you on our show. The SIDBI Venture primarily focuses on funding startups and MSME. So what are the key investment criteria for selecting businesses?
Thank you very much. SIDBI Venture is a subsidiary of SIDBI, the apex institution for MSMEs in the country. And for the entire MSME space, if you see, other than large industries and agri, entire ecosystem of economic activities are MSMEs. As SIDBI, we have been working towards promoting, financing and developing all the players in the ecosystem towards supporting the MSMEs. In SIDBI Venture, in the year 1999, when Government of India decided to set up an exclusive fund to provide venture capital support to the software and IT industries. That time they were the sunrise industry, like today we see space tech and all. That time the Government of India's Ministry of Electronics, which is METI today, collaborated with SIDBI and we set up this institution, SIDBI Venture Capital Limited. Ever since then, for the last 25 years, we have supported the MSMEs in various sectors. The themes have been varying from time to time as per the national priorities and whatever is the requirement of the time. Initially, it was the software and IT. Subsequently, it was growth capital for the MSMEs. Then there was Samriddhi Fund, which was impact driven fund in the poorest state of India. Around 8 states were chosen. That was supported by DFID UK, which is FCDO today. And today we are running two deep tech themed funds, Atmanirbhar and Ubharte Sitare. Ubharte Sitare incidentally is out of the budget announcement which FM had made some years back, and Exim Bank and SIDBI. We joined hand together to put this fund in place to support the export-oriented units. At the same time, wherever we are finding the deep tech things having potential, we are trying to support them. Atmanirbhar Fund is another fund where it is again the deep tech. There, defense and space tech and even biotech and all those funds where we can co-invest, there also we are bringing them along, and directly also we are doing to support these types of entities. So eligibility term criteria wise, they have to be startup, they must have idea, they must have seen the angel fund funding round. Even though they have not started getting the revenue generation, if there is potential, we start them the support program in various instruments and various types of engagements.
And sir, how SIDBI Venture is different from the other private entities?
As I told you, in 1999 this got set up. That was one of the earliest institutional VC players set up in the country. And ever since then, in the last 25 years, 11 funds, 7 closures, that type of vintage no one would have in the country. And the distinct feature, what we do, coming from the pedigree of SIDBI, the apex institution, or DFI, our focus is not commercial, it's impact, it's intervention towards making the development of the country getting achieved through our various funds. All the funds have had different focus as per the flavor of the time, requirement of the time, national priorities. And this is how we see going forward also. When the Make in India thing is the requirement of the time today, as also if you talk about space tech, major countries in the Western world and China, they have leapfrogged. We are quite far behind, but at the same time with ISRO's recent achievements, we are now catching up. And SIDBI Venture, through various funds, even the new space tech fund which is coming from Government of India, we are partnering with them. We are in the process. then there is some defense fund, there is R&D fund, all those things, they are coming, and we are trying to give the support, much needed support, to all these entities who want to work in the country. And the flipping, which is the startup happening here and then they can getting funded from the Western funds and then shifting there, we are trying to somehow prevent that. Apart from that, Global South is a big market. If we develop our internal capabilities towards that, which would be possible only when we give the funding support to them. Once they do that, they get that level, there is a good export potential in the Global South also. Apart from that, some state level funds also, like Assam. Today we are here in the Assam Venture Capital Fund Support Program, Tripura, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Bihar. So many state funds we are supporting, which commercial funds would not do.
And so, what do you have to say about the Northeastern region when it comes to investing in venture investment?
See, you understand, one is traditional funding, which happens through the banks, NBFCs, MFIs. Second is wherever traditional funding is not happening, that is the alternative investment route, which is there in seed capital, angel funding, then venture funding. So all these, the second part, the AIF setup, the northeastern side is lagging behind for the reason that the ecosystem is not rich enough. So as I indicated that we are coming from the stable of SIDBI as DFI. What we are trying to do, apart from doing the normal venture funding, which is part of the requirement when any fund is having the fund to invest in VC. Additionally, what we are trying to do, as you are seeing in today's program also, that we are trying to build the ecosystem and capacity building of the ecosystem players apart from hand holding the startups. So what it means, no VC fund would like to come to a place where other support mechanism is not there to level where they feel comfortable. Any startup needing funding support from venture fund or even the pre-venture seed fund, those entities would like to know the real worth. The due diligence has to be, the financial modeling, the pitching, the law and compliance, legal compliance, all those things. There are various service providers in the ecosystem. Elsewhere it is quite well developed. In Northeast it's not developed. This is what we are trying to do. Here also in the today's event you are seeing, we have called people from Bangalore and Bombay who would be taking sessions to educate, to move the local players for capacity building in that direction. And we have decided that we will be taking them for our further longer duration engagement program. And if these people are developed, these agencies are developed, then other VC funds also would be interested in coming and supporting the startups of this place. This is what we feel the need, and this is what we are trying to do.
And sir, is there any special theme for women startups or entrepreneurs?
So while women specific programs are there, this is a fact that around 50% of the population is that, unless that is supported, sustainable growth and aspirational journey we are not going to achieve. At the same time, startup is a very, very fiercely competitive. Unless until today morning session also various panelists talked about that you need to have idea, you need to have POC, you need to business case. At the same time, you need to have the passion to see what problem statement you are catering to, you are addressing, you are solving, and what market you are catering to. If these two they are there, wherever we find that any of the, whether it is Northeast in entirety, the women entrepreneurs, whosoever is willing to do, we try to give them additional support to make them come to the level where we can give the funding support also.
So is there any local setup that is supporting the startups in Northeastern region?
Oh, yes. Assam, I was very glad to see that there is a very vibrant setup. The Assam startup setup, the NEST, they call it. And that is a government of Assam setup, which is being run by today. Now ENY is taking care of that, and they are giving a lot of support in terms of various ecosystem support programs in terms of pitching, in terms of hand-holding, guiding the startups. So they are doing good. And this event we are doing in this such a beautiful setup is that of startup Assam, the next setup only, and it's quite good, quite impressive, and they have been doing good job, and we are doing things together, and in future also we will be collaborating with them to take this further in the state.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your valuable time.
Thank you very much.
That's all for today. Keep watching Business Northeast.